Hello, my name's Dr. Simon Curtis, and today we're going to look at the yearling sales at Newmarket. I'm up here at New England Stud again with James. He's putting the shoes on the Book 2 horses. That's the second tranche of the sales. The first tranche is already up there, and we're going to go and have a look at them at the sales, going through the ring, etc. So they're always shod about 3 or 4 days before they go up. They're getting the front shoes on today, and tomorrow they'll get the hind shoes on. Hi Kirsty.
Hello.
So, Kirsty, you've been busy with the yearlings prep.
Yeah.
Most of the staff are up there with the Book 1s, aren't they?
Yeah.
But you're left here looking after the Book 2s. So tell me, what's the sort of regime for the yearlings in the mornings?
Well, they all go on the walker for about an hour a day. We hand walk them 20 minutes a day, usually, hopefully.
Okay.
And then they all get a lunch.
And they're all pretty well behaved?
Yeah, they're getting a bit fresh now, but
some of them, yeah. But this is their second shoeing, isn't it?
Yeah.
So well, they always stand pretty well, even on the first shoeing.
They are.
I mean, this is the first year I haven't had to shoe them, as you know.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's a wonderful feeling to come up here and watch these guys get done. And of course, just the final touches, a nice clench up job and a good polish up to make the feet look good. So are you going up there next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be there tomorrow, hopefully.
Because there's only 1 or 2 left after this lot go up, isn't there?
Yeah, just the one.
Just the one?
I think we're meeting a few down there, but only one of ours.
Okay. So how many Book 2s have you got?
15.
15. So James is getting 15 shod in front today. And then the hinds tomorrow. Yeah, that's always a nice feeling as a farrier when you get through that lot. I'm sure it's the same with you when you get to the last week of the sales.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Getting rid of them.
Yeah, nice bit of shine on there, Liam. Lovely. Hi James, good to catch up with you again. So you must start to be feeling good about this because this is their last shoeing, isn't it? For the sales?
This is their final shoeing, yeah, ready for the sales.
So you've been at it since August they came in, didn't they? And
that's right, yeah.
They get 10 days and then you start shoeing them. How's it gone this year?
So far so good.
All right, well I don't want to
yeah.
don't want to spook you.
No, so far so good. We've got we've halfway through selling the Book 1s.
Yeah.
They're all selling very well so far.
What's the top price? Does anybody know?
550,000 for a filly by Galileo.
Yeah.
Which is great. And yeah, sort of 200,000-300,000 on average for the rest.
We haven't hit the million mark with any of them yet.
No,
then.
But we're very hopeful.
I don't know. You see, my shoeing used to get a couple sold for $1 million.
Really?
I don't know where it's all going wrong, James.
It must be me.
Yeah. How very modest of you. All right, we're going to get out of your way because I know talking to you while you're shoeing yearlings is probably not the best thing to do. But anyway, thanks for
no problem.
letting us come up here and see you at it, James.
No problem.
So we're down here with the New England crew. As you can see how busy they are. There's no buyers about because they're all up there in the sales ring, which we're going to go up and see in a few minutes. But the next yearling through the sales ring is New England, and you can see the price on the screen coming up, and not 1 penny yet has been bid for it, but hopefully it will get going soon. Okay, so 100,000, is that the first bid? It's now selling. We're hoping for 300,000 for this one, aren't we, team? So, because how much of that 300,000 would you lot get? But don't tell me it's stuck on 100,000. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. We want 300,000 for this. Oh, it's starting to go. We got a bidder. Okay, it's clocking up, 10,000 a time. Okay, that's good. We got 2 bidders then, haven't we? Well, we don't know. It might be getting run up. Oh, we mustn't say that. So, there we go. 180, 200, it's going up quite fast. It's not looking good. And even worse than that, it's now started to rain. Even worse, it's now started to rain. Oh dear, 200,000. What a disappointment. Never mind. Still happy. Terrible when you sell a horse for only 200,000, isn't it? Right, Lawrence, you are the stud groom at New England.
I am, yeah, indeed.
And so you're overall in charge of the yearling prep, although I think Becky does quite a bit.
Becky's the yearling manager on the stud, so she's in charge of all the yearlings. I send the weanlings over to Becky, sort of just before Christmas, December time, and then she then starts feeding them from December right the way through, and then she'll bring them in first week in August to start their 8-week yearling prep.
And that involves a lot of walking, a little bit of lunging, does it?
All the horses get lunged about 3 times a week. And they get walked in hand every day, and they go on the horse walker for an hour every day.
Okay. And everything, how's it gone this year?
Yeah, really well. Still selling at the moment. Just sold one for 200. Fingers crossed, because we've got another 11 to go.
11 to go. That's at this sales alone.
That's at this sales
and
alone.
And this is the top sales.
It's a top sales, yeah.
And then next week we've got the book 2.
We have indeed. Yeah, we've got 23 for that one, I believe.
So, and I think last year you came 4th in Europe, didn't you?
3rd in Europe. Actually.
3rd in Europe. I'm sorry.
Europe. Yeah, no, 3rd.
Can you get up there to 2nd place?
Hopefully.
Really?
This year we can. Yeah, no, we have.
Right.
Yeah, we've got a nice draft.
Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed for you.
Lovely.
Anyway, thanks for talking to us.
No worries, pleasure.
All right, mate.
Cool.
Fred, you're up here as a veterinary surgeon. Can you tell me what the role of a veterinary surgeon is at sales times, once you get to the sales?
Well, there are multiple roles, Simon, that we vets have at the sales. On the one hand, you can be acting on behalf of a purchaser, so you're doing the pre-sales vettings before the horses go through the ring. And that will, at these yearling sales, will involve examining the horse physically, heart, eyes, teeth, and so forth, listening to its heart, feeling its limbs, watching it come out of its stable, walk up and down, assessing it at its gait and its conformation, assessing the gait at the walk, obviously. It's, traditionally one doesn't trot yearlings, one only walks them.
Tell me, what about before they come here? What's your role in the yearling prep? So are you X-raying them there for sales, or are you...
Well, there's a big... Yes. Well, the other side of it, exactly as you say, are the X-rays.
Yeah.
And so the vet at the sales is also looking at the X-rays that have been prepared before the sales by the vendors' vets on the farms. And there'll be a set of prescribed views or preferred views that are lodged in the repository at most sales companies.
And is that compulsory, or is this something that vendors do voluntarily because they want to show that they have the, shall we say, a healthy yearling?
It's done voluntarily.
Yeah. But has it become the norm?
It's become the norm.
All right, Fred. Well, thank you for that insight. So there's some potential buyers behind me. You can see they're having a look at a yearling there. And then way past them in the distance is a Newmarket stud farm. So Newmarket's a very little town. This is a big part of its economy. There's stabling for 2,000 horses here at Tattersalls. They're not all used at this sales, but in future sales where it's the mares and foals, then every single stable is filled. So this is the biggest yearling sales in Europe. There's only Keeneland in America that's any bigger. This is the book 1 sale, so we're getting the top priced yearlings going around. All the great and the good are here. This is the pre-parade ring, so buyers are having a chance to have a final look before the yearlings go into the auction hall, which you can see behind me. You can probably hear that they're not actually sold in pounds here, they're sold in guineas. Guineas is a very old-fashioned monetary currency. It's actually it's £1 and 5 pence, and the 5 pence, obviously 5%, was always the auctioneer's fee. So they still sell them in guineas, but when you hear 100,000 guineas, okay, it's £105,000. This is really part of what makes Newmarket central part of the racing industry. It's not just about training the horses, it's about preparing yearlings and selling them. And you can see it's a lovely view because way in the background you can actually see Newmarket Heath. We're on the top of the hill and it dips down into the town and then back up to the heathland. So the next lot's come in the ring, and The auctioneer's given a bit of a spiel before he starts the bidding going. So at present, this yearling is worth 0 guineas, and it looks like it's opened at 20. And so you can see the price going up in guineas, but also underneath it's showing the price in euros, dollars, Japanese yen, and I think probably dinar under that. There'll be various bidders here. Some bloodstock agents buying for owners, some owners themselves like to bid, but also trainers buy directly. In old-fashioned times it was always the trainers that bought. After all, they were the ones that are going to have to train them. But now, as I say, bloodstock agents and owners buy and then send them to their trainer. Okay, lot 250 is really going well. We're up to 275,000 guineas, which is 350,000 US dollars, and it's all clocking up quite well. You never see the bidders because they just nod or give a little gesture to the auctioneer. He's helped out by a lot of spotters. These are young people who are on the lookout for bidders, and they're keeping an eagle eye on the audience. 350,000 guineas. This one's going well. This will be a happy vendor somewhere. It's stalled a little bit at 360,000. He's really trying to extract. The auctioneer tries to extract the last 10,000 out of somebody. It must be a terrible dilemma for some of the buyers. And that's sold for 360,000 guineas. So this is a brief look at Tattersalls, at the biggest yearling sales in Europe, only second to Keeneland in America. If you have liked this video, then please click like, share it with your friends, don't be greedy, and please subscribe.